Hi everyone and welcome to another episode by Poor Man Gamer. I've been offline recently because of the Toronto Raptors playoffs. We won, yeah! And it was a great celebration, lots of fun to watch. And that's basically it. Golden State Warriors, hopefully next year you'll pick up a couple wins. I'm going to show you guys here how to beat decks with double harvesters. Now I noticed that these matches is not very high level, in the sense that they're not in the Tiberium League, but you don't really encounter too many double harvester decks in the Tiberium League. What really happens is by then people smarten up and they're going to start playing more aggro decks and things of that nature. I'm going to quickly show you guys what I mean here and what is a very efficient way of beating a double harvester deck. I want you guys to keep an eye on the counter at the top and notice how quickly each of these matches end. That's the key to beat double harvester decks, okay? Rule number one, at all times, charge the missile. No matter what you do, you gotta charge the missile. You see how I backed off the missile squad here? I would rather lose, not attack his harvester, and keep this missile charged. It is so important to keep the missile charged at all times, right? He's gonna go ahead and roll a sniper, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll out drones. He wants to go after my missile squad, which I'm not, again, overly concerned about. I'm standing on both tiles. I'm going to make sure I get this missile win. There it is. There's my missile win. I'm going to go ahead and keep charging this missile. I see he's got a slingshot. It's a pretty strong unit. The missile stalled out. What do? Move off it. Let him charge it for me. Right? There's nothing more important if you're trying to play these kind of games, especially when decks with double harvesters, than to try to keep the missile charged at all times. Notice how right now I'm not even contesting him. I'm going to go ahead and let him just keep the sandstorm there. Oh, sorry, his slingshot there. So that at all times he's charging this missile. Here it is again, with me trying to go after his harvester. Not overly concerned about his MLRS because it doesn't really do much damage. My drones really shouldn't be standing there, which is why I pull it off. I do see he's got like a huge army of snipers, which is why even more drones come out. Look at the timer now. Okay, it hasn't even been 2 minutes yet, with the missile stalled out just a little bit here and there. You'll notice how the missile's almost done. What's he gonna do with the slingshot? I roll up my Lieutenant Strong Arm because that's my daily challenge. Trying to pump out more of them. Too little too late, the game's over. Now I know what you're all saying. You're thinking, wow, this guy isn't very good. He's just standing there letting you get the missile for free. Well, the reality is, if you're playing against people with the double harvester deck, chances are they're not gonna be super high level. Right? Because as you get into higher level, it's not that you don't see them, you see them less, because it's just not an efficient strategy unless you use it very, very effectively. It actually takes even more skills to use a double harvester than it does a single harvester. Here I open with a harvester, I open my War Doctor Scout, and lo and behold, would you look at that, he's trying to rush me to the jump jet squad. Now, this strategy is definitely not as effective as it used to be because they don't really deal as much damage to harvesters anymore, and the way they've done it is they've nerfed these jump jets so that they don't have a lot of health. Now, notice how it does chip away at the damage quite quickly, but they're definitely not as deadly as it used to be. Reason why I roll out a Predator tank is because I need something with a bit of health. It's going to punch a hole faster in the enemy harvester than it is with my Pitbull. Plus I had the coin for it. I'm going to go ahead and keep the missile going and going. There's a double harvester. Okay, so this is what you're seeing. I preemptively roll out a shockwave because I anticipate that he was going to have some sort of infantry anti-vehicle counter. So there's the shockwave making real quick work of his missile troops. This missile is basically done. I don't know why he decided to just send one missile squad over. I finish off the tank. And we're going to speed this up a little bit here. I'm actually going to start pressuring his base and at the same time keep the missile count going. Now, I'm not going to get cocky and not keep the missile going, and that's the reason why. You see the Wolverine that's rolled out there. I'm going to go ahead and just try to do a little bit of damage. I don't want to lose my Orca, and I do see his missile squad there, so I'm just going to back him off. Okay, and I'm going to try my best to pressure the enemy harvester as much as I can without ever compromising the missile. Look at the time again, 1:44, right, and the missile is almost done, so it hasn't even been a 2-minute game yet. The missile is 3/4 of the way there now. It's really just about, can I win this missile? So this is the reason why I roll up my Orca. I try to roll my shockwave down. I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't played in about a week, I'll be honest with you, right? So this missile ended up taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I made a couple mistakes here. I did not use my my Rhino tank to target his Wolverine, right? And you notice here that I try to be a little aggressive by trying to get behind there, get the Orca to fire off a couple shots. I was really hoping I would get the missile by now, but I don't. So this is the reason why I roll up more Shockwave, because he seems to be in love with the missile squad. I do see a Sandstorm, which is really bad news for me. So that's why I sent an infantry up. And notice how at the end of this game, I'm just sending War Dogs out. He's rolling out Tech Lab units, and I've just got War Dogs. And the truth is, if this game lasted any longer, he would win. But the game didn't last any longer. It dragged out a whole minute than it needed to be, because I did not engage this match properly. I had too much fun trying to blow up his harvester instead of focusing on trying to end him. So those are the couple different decks that I use. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys now how to beat double harvester decks with a Nod deck. A couple of different combinations. That GDI deck that I used is something that's very common, nothing special about it. I'll go through it at the end of the day why it is what it is. Here in this deck, normally I wouldn't run a Chem Buggy. I would actually run a Venom or something along those lines. The prime reason that I'm running the Chem Buggy is because that is my daily challenge, which is why I'm going to go ahead and use it. Here, I do not want to have my missile squad standing on the Tiberium itself, because that'd be silly. Right now, I do notice he's stalling out the missile a little bit. I don't think it's intentional. I think he's trying to get the pad at the same time. So I'm just going to go back off and protect my harvester as best I can. I do see his drones. I don't want to lose any units senselessly, so I'm going to go ahead and roll up my bike now. And I'm going to let my bike do some damage. I do see that the missile is going up, which is why I am going to be patient now. I'm going to start engaging him. I am letting him fire upon my riflemen because I need them to die. They're not offering me any value at this stage of the game. I'm going to go press forward now, get on that second missile. Again, notice the time. Only about a minute has passed, right? And even though he doesn't have a double harvester, because he rolled out stupidly with a, Mohawk, right? There's a double harvester. Again, I'm really not taking my foot off the gas. At all times, I'm going to keep this missile going, right? No matter what you do. And you're going to quickly see here that the Banshee is going to make really quick work of the opponent. I see his missile squad go out, which is why I move it down to block off his harvester. His missile squad is actually blocking off his own harvester for me, which is very kind of him. Finally get a chance to roll up my Chem Buggy, and this is really cute. Look, he's using his Mohawk to chase me. Mohawk is a set it and forget it unit. It is not a unit for you to chase around and do damage. It is not the way to go. Notice how he's got his missile squad out, which is a natural counter towards the Banshee. I'm going to go ahead and just let him attack my Banshee. I don't even care at this stage of the game, because I'm going to get this missile. Not a greatest example of a double harvester on how to beat it, but that's the general concept, is no matter what, you got to keep the missile count going, right? And you also want to run a light deck, which is what you see here. So notice how I am significantly out-leveled all across the board, okay? He's got level 10s moving on to level 11s. I've got level 9s and 10s. The reason I run 2 accounts is I purposely leave this account weakened. I make sure that it is not... I tend not to complete the daily challenges. They're at level 9, level 10. It's competitive enough. And check this out here. Same thing, same strategy. I'm going to keep the missile count going. Right, I'm going to take a look at what he does, and you will see the double harvester roll out very shortly. Reason why I'm hesitating is because there's the Chem Buggy for my daily challenge. There's the double harvester. I did not engage his level 10 missile squad because it's obviously much higher level than mine, and I'm just going to get killed if I engage it. I'm going to step up the missile. Again, notice the time. I'm trying my absolute best to keep the missile count going. I don't want it to stall out. He's going to try to be a little sly here, and you can tell, obviously, that he is trying to delay the game. He is trying to delay this missile count, which is why I'm going to go push forward, attack his tank. I'm standing on 2 tiles in case he sneaks something in. I'm going to go force my way down to the second missile tile, and look at that. Out comes his Sandstorm. Some bad micro here on my part. I meant to move the Chem Buggy to where the slot the Tiberium is, and I went to move my tank further away. I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do, So Sandstorm did a little bit more damage against me than I would have liked. And you're going to see here that he's got his Tech Lab out now. He's in a position that's actually fairly strong. Right? He's got his level 11 Wolverines out. And me, on the other hand, I don't really nearly have as many units to contest him. And so what do you do in this case? Well, the reason I roll out a Banshee is because it does decent work. And I was expecting him to send some air units of some sort. He didn't do that. And so, I mean, the Banshee, the other reason I have it is so I can go ahead and sneak it out to contest the missile. Right? That is the primary reason why I have it. It also does decent damage against vehicles. And you're going to see what I do here. I'm actually going to walk my tank all the way around because I knew a sandstorm was coming. I'm going to send 2 laser squads down to contest a sandstorm. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up my drill pod and send it all the way down. And so now I'm standing on all 3 pads. He just realized it now. Too little too late. Game's over. And that's how you beat somebody with a double decker harvester. Double harvester deck. I'm going to switch accounts real quick, so I'm going to hop right back and I'm going to show you guys something at a higher level. And we're back, and I'm going to show you now with the double harvester deck how to defeat it. Here against it goes Riddler 2, decent player. It's part of the crate challenge. We're both at the exact same levels, all maxed out level 10 units. And hopefully I won in this one. I honestly cannot remember. I think I won, and that's why I saved it as a favorite. Anyway, so I'm going to open like I usually do with this deck. In this GDI deck, so whether you go GDI or not, in order to defeat double harvester deck, the key is balance. You need speed. So I got my War Dogs for speed, I got my Pit Bulls for speed, I got my Orcas for speed. And then I gotta have my counters. So my counters is gonna be my Shockwaves, is gonna be my Pit Bulls, my Rhino tanks. Those are my counters. Why do I keep the War Dog there? Because I need to see what's going on. Now that I see the bike rolling out, I gotta be very careful. I don't want to actually engage him head on, right? I'm trying my best to hide the Pit Bull behind my War Dog so I can go ahead and let the War Dog absorb some of the damage. Keep my Pit Bulls alive. So there's my Pit Bulls going 2-on-1 against his bike. And obviously that's going to give me an advantage. I'm still keeping the missile going, right? And then I'm trying to force my way up. Oh, I remember now. The reason why I showed off this deck was because I didn't realize that he switched himself to a double harvester deck. So now out comes the Shockwave. I'm going to pull my Pit Bulls back because I have no competitive advantage. The missile's almost done, which is why I go ahead and speed up my, charge up my Shockwave there, hoping to get this missile going. I noticed, keep in mind to this stage, I still did not realize that he's got a double harvester deck. So it wasn't until he rolled out a chem buggy here that I start noticing something is suspiciously off. Because he's got so much he's rolling out pretty heavy hitters in terms of units that cost a lot of Tiberium. So I figured, shoot, he probably has a double harvester deck. My stupid tank here did not shoot his chem buggy. It allowed him to eat up my Shockwave. And I lost 40 Tiberium there for no apparent reason. No, such a shame. And by now he's got the cyborgs. So the reason I show this match is because you can see how far I have fallen behind. Shame on me for charging it up for no reason. I'm trying to play the right matchup here, which is I got my War Dog against his Flame Troops, and I got my Shockwaves there, right? And this is what you kind of get yourself into a bind. Riddler 2 is this guy is a respectable player. I believe I've played people in this clan before, and they're, they're pretty good, right? I gotta admit, like, they're not the most competitive people in terms of, like, are they at the best in the world? Well, no, but they're pretty good. They're very respectable players, right? And he's got 2 cyborgs right now, which are absolutely kicking my butt. And now he's got the stupid chem buggy out. So this is why I opened with my war tower, my air tower, is because I'm hoping with my air tower that I can make quick work of that stupid chem buggy, and it will allow me to be more competitive. I should have sent my Shockwave over to kill his cyborgs earlier. I didn't, and because of that, I am actually going to lose the second missile, as you will shortly see. I should have moved my War Dog down. I didn't. I don't know why it's just standing there. If I had my War Dog on there earlier, I would have won it. I have to back away my Orca because I don't have a choice. And as you can see here, he does a really good job contesting this missile. I accidentally target the wrong thing. I did not want to go with his Harvester. I wanted his Chem Buggy. A split second, bad micro there. Could not contest this missile, which is why I back up my Orca all the way. And as you can see here, I could not move my Orca into a fast enough defensive position. And so the reason I show this game is you can see how big of a hole I really was in, right? He's got a double harvester, and if you don't win the first 2 missiles, historically this is where a lot of players are going to start struggling against these Tech Lab or Hand of Nod unit. He does a really good job at microing away all of his cyborgs. He notices that my Tiberium field is done at the top. And so because I also know that my Tiberium field is done, I'm going to go ahead and just take care of one of his harvesters. Not so I can harm his economy, because by now it's not really going to do much. But it's just at this stage of the game, I really need economy of my own, and I don't think I could defend my own harvester. The reason why I keep rolling out Orca so persistently is because I need something quick that can punch out those stupid chem buggies, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and get myself in the proper position. I'm going to try to jump on all 3 missile tiles. Fortunately, he couldn't contest it, and I get myself a win, right? So really, the key for a double harvester deck, even if you cannot press the enemy's harvester, just do the best you can to keep the missile going, and you're going to win a lot more games than you lose. I hope you guys have found this video helpful if you're struggling against double harvester decks. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Thanks guys, have a wonderful day. Take care.